So we're working on assembling the frames for our beehives. We made our jig yesterday that helps us get the pieces put together correctly and make the frames square and true, and that in turn is going to hopefully help the bees build their honeycomb square and true when they move into our hives next summer. There's a top bar, a bottom bar, and two side bars for each frame. The top bar and bottom bar get some glue on them before they get stapled. We're using Type Bond 3, which is a good wood glue for use outside. So you put the 4 pieces into the frame, and then I come back with the stapler. We're using 1.5 inch staple. Of course, somebody more proficient with a staple gun would be quicker at this than I am, but I'm getting the job done. So there's one assembled frame. So all that's left for this one to be completed is to put the staples in the top bar and the bottom bar to protect the wood from the wire, and then we got to thread the wire through. And we got our jig made for the wire yesterday. So I think this is number 47 or 48 that I've gotten done today, and I don't remember how many we have to do. A couple hundred? This may take a while. But so this is a little update on our frame project. This is my frame assembly jig. Roy was watching me, actually he was videoing me assembling frames the other day, and he noticed how I was, after I did the staples on one side, I was spinning the jig around and doing the other side, and he said, you know, wouldn't it be easier if you had like a swivel on that thing? And of course it would be. So we went to the hardware store and we found a Lazy Susan. So he's mounted my assembly jig on this really cool Lazy Susan. So after I do the staples on one side, I can spin my jig around and do the other. And he's mounted it on a double thickness of plywood down here, so it's nice and sturdy. And it's making my assembly go a little bit easier. So it was a really smart idea that Roy had. Thank you, honey. So we have made another improvement in our frame assembly process. Today we got 3 milk crates, and Roy zip tied them together and set them up here on the table so that it's created parts bins for me. So I have a milk crate for each of the parts for the frames, and it's helping me to be a little bit more organized, and it's also helping to keep the pieces and parts from falling off the table, which they were doing pretty bad. So just one more improvement in the process.